Hello, I'm Ron right now, and this is a video response slash contest entry to Rammstein Fan 234. Rammstein Fan 234. He just hit 600 subscribers, and that's awesome, dude. Congratulations. I'm thrilled for you. You deserve every sub that you get. You have a great channel. He's one of my favorite channels here on YouTube, and he's been one of my supporters from the very beginning. It's weird, like when you start up a YouTube channel, you sort of end up in like a group of people that kind of start their YouTube channels at the same time, and you all sort of, you know, grow together and post videos. Anyway, my point being, Rammstein Fan has been on YouTube just about as long as I have, and he's been a supporter of mine since day one, and I have been a supporter of his channel since, well, not day one, but since I found out that he was subscribed to me, which was pretty early. He's like in my first 100 subscribers, and you know, he's been great. You know, he comments on my videos, I comment on his videos, and if you haven't checked out Rammstein Fan 234, you should, because he's awesome. And yeah, I can't be more thrilled for you, dude. I'm psyched for you. Anyway, so contest. Yeah, he's giving away some games for his 600 subscriber contest, and in order to enter the contest, you have to say what your favorite video game series is. Well, before I get to that, I just want to say, Rammstein Fan 234, this contest is kick-ass. I love how you managed it to where people that do video responses have like first pick. I think I'm going to do my contest like that from now on. I think that's a great idea because everyone loves video responses more than comments. And this is a great way to encourage them. And yeah, so good job on that. So yeah, anyway, he asks us what is our favorite video game series. Mine is not that, like, crazy unique. It's a favorite amongst gamers, for sure. And that is Final Fantasy. Of course, Final Fantasy. Why? Because RPGs are my favorite genre. Final Fantasy was the first RPG I've ever seen. First RPG ever played. Not the first RPG ever beat. But it was my first introduction to the RPG genre, and it's because of RPGs that I am a gamer. Really, I mean that, and you know, Final Fantasy can't be beat. I mean, as much as I love Phantasy Star, Final Fantasy really kicks its ass. I'm sorry Sega. I'm sorry Phantasy Star, but there was only 4 Phantasy Star games, and now there's like 14 plus Final Fantasy games. So, you know. Anyway, yeah, so the first Final Fantasy, I remember my friend had this, and I watched him play it. I never really played it a whole lot as a kid, but it was the first time I ever saw a Final Fantasy game. I have not beat the original. I just haven't wanted to take the time to sit there and grind and grind and grind to beat it. But this was the first Final Fantasy I ever saw, first RPG I've ever saw, and you know, it was classic. And then since then, I played. I do not own any of these Super Nintendo cartridges, unfortunately. As you all know, they command a pretty high price. And you know, I like to find my games out in the wild, so I'm holding off for that day where I find, you know, Final Fantasy 2 or Final Fantasy 3 at a thrift store or something. But second best, I do have Final Fantasy Anthology on PlayStation. Oh, and then the Japanese Final Fantasy 1 and 2 I've never played. I know that they were re-released on like the DS or PSP or whatever, but I don't have a DS or a PSP, so I have not played the 8-bit Final Fantasy 2 and 3. But I have played through 4, 5, and 6, even though only 5 and 6 are on the anthology. And I have beaten 4 and 6. I have not beaten 5. I remember I played 5 on an emulator way back in the day, but I never finished it. I think it was because, I mean, this was like in the 90s when I played Final Fantasy V on an emulator. And so the translation was still kind of iffy, the English translation, so I never really finished Final Fantasy V. But I did finish 4 and 6. But before I finished 4 and 6, of course, I finished 7. This was the first Final Fantasy game I ever beat, completed 100%. And this is Final Fantasy VII. I don't think I need to say very much about this, other than my own experiences with it. This was the reason I wanted a PlayStation. This was the reason I got a PlayStation. I got this game on Christmas Day of, what was it, 97? With a PlayStation. And this is my original copy. You can see it's still cracked and whatnot. Yeah, and I love this game. And, you know, it's hard to say that it's the best, because 6 is amazing, and it's hard to compare Final Fantasy 6 and Final Fantasy 7 because they're a generation apart. They're on totally separate consoles. And, you know, there's kind of like a debate, like, which is the best Final Fantasy, and it always ends up being between 6 and 7. Some people like 4, but, it's hard for me to choose between the two, as far as favorites goes. But this really is not my favorite Final Fantasy game, believe it or not, even though it's probably my second favorite. Yeah, and of course, you know, I have Final Fantasy VIII, and it was good, you know, not... kind of a letdown after 7, I will be honest. Final Fantasy IX, of course, played, beat that, awesome. I liked how it went back to the 4-party system, and I liked how it just kind of went all the way back just to, you know, the roots of Final Fantasy. Great game. Final Fantasy X, the reason I wanted to get a PS2, this was the first game that I ever bought for my PS2. And I just remember seeing this game and just being blown away by the graphics. Kind of disappointed in the way, I mean, because like, I like the traditional Final Fantasies, like up to 7, like, you know what I mean? Like, this was a bit of a departure as far as gameplay is concerned, but I still really did enjoy this. And although it gets a bad rap, Final Fantasy X-2, X2, however you want to say it, a lot of people don't like this game. I actually enjoyed it. I'm a big fan of the job system, and I was really psyched that they brought it back for this game. And, you know, an all-female cast. I don't really have any complaints about that. I mean, you know, it's kind of, you know, like, what do they say? They say it's like Final Fantasy dress up because, you know, it's the job system and they all have different outfits and stuff. I liked it. I thought it was cool, you know. I mean, Riku's hot. If you ever seen, like, cosplay of chicks doing Riku, you know what I'm talking about. She's hot. Alright, Final Fantasy XI, I bought it on PC, never really played it because I don't really do MMOs. Same thing with 14, I guess, is out now. I'm not going to get it, don't care for it. Don't really do MMOs, not a fan. Final Fantasy 12, also not a fan. Have not played this very much at all. You know, I popped it in and I played a little bit of it in the get-go, and I just didn't like it, from the offset. And I just have not put any time into this game whatsoever. I'm not sure I will either. I don't know. 12. I don't know. Should I play it? Do you recommend 12? Because and 13. Loved this game. I have not finished it. I'm like halfway through. I'm usually, you know, like what a lot of people say, you know, they get to the part where the world kind of opens up, and then I just kind of stopped. I just kind of stopped. I don't know. I have not gone back and finished this. I should, because it is a beautiful game. I mean, I was blown away by the graphics, storyline, and the I mean, like, really, there's only a couple like, I really like Lightning. I really do like Lightning. But some of the other characters, like Vanille and the Afro dude, can't remember his name. I don't know. I'll finish this one day. I will finish this one day. And that brings me to my favorite Final Fantasy game ever, of all of them. And it's kind of a, well, it's a Final Fantasy game. Fuck it. And it's Tactics. Final Fantasy Tactics. Yes, I don't have the instruction manual, I know. And, you know, I pulled this out to make this video right here that I'm making now, and I saw that the instruction manual was gone. And I knew when I got this, it had the instruction manual, so I'm the one that lost it. And as a collector, I hate finding games without instruction manuals. And I was like, where's the instruction manual? You know, I don't know. If anyone has a Final Fantasy Tactics instruction manual for trade, I would love to have it. Because this is my favorite Final Fantasy title out of all of them. I mean, it just has probably the most in-depth storyline of all of the Final Fantasies. Like, and you have to read to get it all, really. You have to go back and read through all of the documents or whatever that you get. And really, this was the first, like, turn-based strategy game I ever played. And next to RPGs is, for me, is strategy games. I love real-time strategy, and I love turn-based strategy. I love StarCraft, I love Warcraft, and I love Final Fantasy Tactics. This is one game that I will go back and play probably when I'm an old man. So yeah, if you haven't played Final Fantasy Tactics, you really should, because it's badass, and it is my favorite Final Fantasy title. And it's really hard to pick favorites when you talk about Final Fantasy. I'm kind of reserved. I'm kind of like, do I want to say that this is my favorite? Yeah, this is my favorite. This is my favorite. And 7's a very close second. And 6 is almost tied with 7. But yeah, so that is my response to Rammstein Fan 234. My favorite game series, Final Fantasy. And congratulations again, 600 subs. That's pretty badass. I'm sure you probably are closer to 700 by now because this video is kind of late. If you want to do a response to this, you have until the 10th of December to do it. He's giving away some games, and yeah, you should really do it, because if you do a video response, you have a much better chance of getting some prizes. So yeah. I am Ryan right now. Congratulations, Rammstein Fan, on your 600 subs, and I'll see you guys later.
Ryan.
Right now, yeah! Go on!